We see occasional law enforcement presence walking through. Again, we see occasional law enforcement presence in the area where the shooting actually happened, and a lot of law enforcement over to our south, where we've already had reports from Dan Rascone and Mike Hedrick. But that's kind of the mood here, and UVU again is asking people if they're still on campus, give them a call. They'll have a police escort to get them off. Back to you.
All right, Daniel, yeah, you summed up some of the people that you've seen there crying and having some real emotional reactions. And that's a lot of the things that we are seeing here on social media and hearing people communicate is the shock, the sadness, even anger that this happened in Utah, and that this would happen on a campus, on a college campus, at a peaceful event that involved political dialogue. And for that and many other reasons, some people have organized a vigil on campus. I mean, not on campus, at the Capitol tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. It's a vigil for Charlie Kirk at the Utah State Capitol Rotunda. It's hosted by the Utah House of Representatives so that anyone can go and, again, have a chance to debrief.
Years old, and we now have 3,500 chapters of TPUSA all over the country, on college campuses, on high school campuses. That was, a little over 10 years he accomplished that much. So absolutely, what would he have done with 20, 30 more years, 40 more years, 50 more years? So I think that is probably a lot where the anger comes from, that you go, there was so much that Charlie could have done, and yet we know that the Lord in his providence allowed him to do how much he did in that short time, that he enabled him and gifted him with these incredible talents that he had to be able to persuade people, to be able to inspire people, and to do that much inspiring in such a short period of time.
Yes, there is a sense, you only see the story.
And somebody debating, somebody who's well known for traveling across the country, doing these sorts of speeches and such. So a lot of people came here that aren't even students at Utah Valley just to hear some of that, whether they agree or not, just to be part of somebody who, well-known figure. And now for this to happen, there's a lot of shock. Students continue to leave buildings. We see a lot of police officers here escorting those students out. We also see a lot of ambulances here with the city of Orem just on standby for what may be needed. They don't know. But again, as I mentioned maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, this is something that first responders, law enforcement officers, firefighters, medics, this is something that they train for. So having a response like that is what they train for, as well as this. If you turn around and show just the number of police cars here that we're dealing with, unfortunately, we're good at this. You know what I mean? But it's also, thank goodness, that they do train for things like this, law enforcement officers, because when it happens for real, they are ready. There is a plan in place. There is a way to close the schools. There's a way to get students out of the classrooms. There's a way to screen students that are leaving the area. There's a way to deal with traffic. And that's what we're seeing here now off of University Parkway, is a lot of traffic. Even though I think most students and administrators have left the area now and been able to leave campus, there are a lot of people coming here to University Parkway just to see this. And I've seen a lot of people in their cars just taking pictures of the scene here on University Parkway, going slow, going by, just because I think they're in shock too. They can't believe that this happened here in Utah on campus to somebody well-known like Charlie Kirk. So at this point, there are a lot of questions. The answers will eventually come. We may not like the answers. We may not want to hear the answers, but they will come at some point. And I think that press conference here is in about 20 minutes or so, where we will start to get some of those answers and be able to ask some of those questions to administrators and people involved. Was there enough security? What was the plan if something was to go wrong? All those will be questions that will be asked, and we will hear the answer to those questions. But now, honestly, it's just a matter of worrying about Charlie Kirk's family, those who know him, those who love him, and also the students who witnessed this. We interviewed quite a few students who heard the gunshots, hit the ground, started running, scared for their lives. They've all seen the videos. They've all seen the news stories in the past when somebody yells gun, mass shooting, active shooter on the loose. And it's always something we see on the screen, but to be involved with it, to be in the middle of it, a couple people told us they absolutely froze, even though yesterday they would have told you, I would immediately start running. but a lot of people froze. And I think that's completely normal with some people because you just can't believe it's happening. One person told us they thought it was a prank or a stunt or something that is part of the show. And then when realized that, no, this is indeed real, it really hits home. The adrenaline hits you, and a lot of people making it out. Now, the good news in all this is that we haven't heard of a lot of injuries.